So this is the start of our series of little tutorials for this flow. So you need to go through each of those before you actually go into the workout process. You're going to have a workout whilst you're doing them, so that's fine. But it's really important you understand how to get into each position and do it really well, because that's going to max out how you'll benefit from this workout. So we're going to take it in a series of blocks. Each one will contain about 3 or 4 movements, and then we'll go through the whole thing and you can put everything together. So I'm going to start by turning to the side. You can stay facing me. This is just so you can see my postural position. Work the shoulders down, bring your chin in, find that centre again, exactly the same as we've done in the warm-up. Take the shoulder blades back and down, drop your tailbone and lift up through your centre. We're going to start off just coming up into a standing arm float, which is where you just come up onto your toes and you've got your hands out in front. And we're going to do that roll down, exactly the same as we did in the warm-up. You're going to come down though, and this time we're going to go into a balanced position. Now what I want you to do is you're going to take your left foot off the floor, so you're going to balance onto your right. I'm working in opposites, which should actually work for you, but you are going to take your left foot off the floor and balance onto your right leg. Now this is all you have to do. Notice that my left knee is, sorry, your right leg and my left leg is quite bent. And you're holding this position, and I'm really focusing on trying to get my shoulder blades back and down. If you have any issues, you can always put your foot down, but very importantly, don't do this with your back. Round your shoulders, take your shoulder blades back and down and get length into your neck. If you can, you take your foot off the floor, and that's all you have to do to begin with. If you can, however, you're going to try, this is the next level, to take your hands up and off the floor and hold this position here. Then, you need to get your arms to here. And if you're holding this position, you might find it really hard. You've always got the option to put your toes down if you need to. So this is what we call a standing dart. So this is a dart position where you take the arms back behind. So just think of your head as the top of the dart. Yeah. You've got your chin in, back of the neck nice and long. Your arms are the sides of the dart, the feathers of the dart. You can wiggle your fingers a little bit. And your toes are the tails of the dart. Now ideally, eventually you want to come to this position here. Your hips need to stay level. Okay, so just have a rest a second. I'm going to turn to face you because I want you to be able to see my hip positioning. So as I come forward, okay, I'm going to do it wrong. Yeah, I'm tipping into one side. You need to bring your hips level, and you actually want to drop that hip right down. It'll feel strange on this side. It's kind of like you're feeling a bit of a stretch into that side. You certainly shouldn't feel like you're leaning into your right side. So drop that left hip down, work the shoulders down, hold your position and find your centre. Now as you get even better at this, you can start to move your arms, and we do a swimming arm action. You bring your arms underneath you, work the shoulders down, lift your belly in, you pull up and then you pull strongly into the back. Okay, it's really hard to do that. You go back into your dart position with the arms, you then come back under and then you pull up and then you pull back and hold. Okay, so that's your first movement in this little sequence. You're now, I'm turning to the side again so you can see me from the side. You're now going to step your right foot, sorry, not your right foot, your left foot back behind you. I'll actually work out how to say this in a second. But for your information right now, it should be your left foot that's back behind you. Yeah? So, right foot is facing towards the front, left foot is facing towards the side. Okay? And we're going to go into triangle pose. This is a very traditional yoga position, but it's a great way to get our sequences really flowing, but also stretch parts of the body that you wouldn't otherwise get a stretch in. So you're going to come forward onto your front leg and just rest your elbow onto here. We need to keep everything in line, so this knee is going to turn out, so just push it back a little bit. Now you're going to try and look up towards the ceiling. To help you get this top part of your body in line, take your hand up, but then put the back of your hand into the small of your back. And you're pushing your back and your hips slightly, pushing your hips forward and opening through the top, working your shoulders down and making sure that this shoulder isn't forward. So you're kind of locking in through your shoulder joint area. And if you look up towards the ceiling, then you can really start to lift in through your centre, pull your abs in, squeeze your buttocks, and then once you're there, you can try and take this hand up. Now as you get better at this and as you warm up into the movement, you can work with your legs straight, and you can even slide your hand down towards the floor. But work in degrees and build yourself up to it.